been a long day, and it's only 8 a.m. I've been working a lot of cases lately, bizarre ones that keep you up most nights. It's become so common I think I'd go mad without it. It seems the horror of the streets has managed to become my security blanket. Take it away and my tears would flow like wine. I've had so many strange visits in the past few weeks, I just never know who's gonna walk through that door. And there she was, raindrops still glistening from her skin. I was hypnotized by the way the drops traveled along her curves that go for miles. And her hips. Oh God, those hips. They were only outmatched by her voluptuous mommy bags. I didn't want to sound too eager, so I had to be careful about the first words as I opened my mouth to speak. Are you aware you have boobs?
It's been 2 weeks!
Why am I in black and white?
Calm down, half-bit! We told you we're gonna help you fight Boogerman, and that's exactly what we're doing! I want his head on a stick, and you'll have it. Late last night, this came in for you.
I could see the hairs on Half-Bit's neck begin to creep up as he studied the newest puzzle in Boogerman's master scheme. Kids on Sight it was called. Yet another creation from gaming's greatest cancer, Mr. Tom Zito in digital. Kids on Sight? I have to admit, I've never heard of this one before. Judging from the box, it's apparently made just for kids. You know, just because I have a son doesn't make me an expert at parenting, but I'm pretty sure I don't want my little kid playing around all this heavy machinery. I mean, just the title alone, Kids on Sight. Doesn't that sound like a nightmare for OSHA? But on the other hand, I guess there are worse occupations you could be bringing your kids to.
Here at Dr. Goldfinger's Gynecology, I'd like to remind everybody that Friday is Bring Your Kids Day! It's gonna be so much fun!
Although, if I am gonna be honest, I am digging on the music.
Welcome to the pit, kiddo.
Aw, you're seriously not gonna call me kiddo the whole time, are you?
What'd you think of those machines? Great, huh? Now that you've seen the kind of things we do around here, Dizzy and Nuts are going to show you how to operate heavy equipment.
Dizzy and Nuts? Why don't they just take it a step further and call them ecstasy overdose and testicles?
Welcome aboard, kid. My name's Dizzy.
I'm Nuts.
He certainly is. You're here to learn how to drive some impressive machines, so good luck. I'm sure you'll do a bang-up job.
Wow, that is incredibly corny. Well, we've basically got a level select screen here. Bunch of weird noises when you move about, which I guess would cater to kids. That's all fine and good, but how do you get this started? Every button I push just moves the cursor around. Oh, it's start. Well, that's real simple, but think about how many menus you've seen where you just needed to push one of the lettered buttons.
The excavator. I call it Eddie the Excavator.
Excuse me, we have a dump truck to fill with dirt?
Oh, I'm sorry, Nuts. I'm wearing ear protection and I can't hear a thing. But try again. I read lips.
We have a dump truck to fill with dirt.
Wobble up, truffle worth. What a strange thing to say.
That's not funny at all.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Obviously I need to dig, but every screen I move to, nothing happens. I can move left or right just fine, but the B button doesn't seem to do anything other than make this obnoxious horn noise. What do I do?
I'm going fishing. Help me dig for worms.
The last thing I need is a truck full of worms.
Really? Of all the things to fear in the world, worms are what make you guys throw in the towel. Seriously, what do I do? I'm hitting every button. Ugh, that's it. Let's see what the help me option does.
These are the instructions for button control. Press the A button to go left. Press the C button to go right. The B button is your action button.
I am pushing B, you jagoff! After a while, I start mashing all of the buttons together, and finally, I get it to dig.
You hit a water pipe. Good job.
Holy crap! I just hit a pipe and you guys are okay with it? Some old lady down the road can't flush her newly created brown baby boy because of me and the game isn't over? I didn't lose a life? If this had been any other Tom Zito game, I'd be blessed with a game over screen by now. Eventually I do start to figure out the controls. After some trial and error, I figured out that you either have to hit down and the B button or right and the B button. I'm never sure which one requires which, so often I just push all three buttons at the same time. Without any clues, how on earth would anyone ever figure that out without just mashing the buttons repeatedly in the beginning? The help option doesn't explain that, and check this out. The instructions say you can use the action button by either pressing B or pressing up or down. I'm no English major, but I do know there's a tremendous difference between the words or and. Considering the back of the box literally states that a 3-year-old can operate this game, I must take the time to thank the creators for the slap in the face, or is the inclusion of the minimal supervision supposed to tackle all the shit you idiots got wrong in your instruction manual? Once you've figured that out, you pretty much have the whole game under your belt, as this is the only skill required to play this game. From here on out, you can pretty much just mess around as long as you eventually cover what your bosses tell you to do. And that's the really funny part about Kids on Site. In all other games made by Digital Pictures, you very rarely get any kind of save features, extra lives, continues, but here you can do whatever you want, and no matter what, you still win. So it's basically like sports for little kids, where no matter how much you suck, at the end of your season, everyone gets a trophy simply because you participated. What? I can pick up people?
That is awesome.
I don't know if you want to be teaching your kid this, but so far, I like this game. Let's see if I can plug up this broken pipe with his ass. Damn! He hit that mound harder than Courtney Love hits a pharmacy. Man, I have never played a game where everything I did wrong was a good thing, and I actually got a thumbs up for it. After you fill the truck, you're given a merit badge, which is supposed to signify that you beat the stage. Yeah, that's literally it. I guess we'll try the bulldozer next.
Hi! Get out! Never try and talk while you're using a jackhammer. It sounds like you're yodeling.
That's totally what she said.
Right at the beginning, I found myself situated in front of a bunch of junk that has signs indicating I shouldn't go through it. But since I was placed here, and of course I'm driving a vehicle designed to mow down stuff like this, I get the idea I'm supposed to go through there. And of course, this happens. Like, I don't even understand what's going on. So I turned into a race car? You could easily say it's my fault, but if you were running a construction company, would you park a bulldozer in front of that and then have the new guy try to operate it with minimal instructions? Well, whatever. The real goal is just to push over all this trash 3 times. After that, Dizzy takes over the wheel and proceeds to run over Nuts' car.
That's alright, I've done this before. We'll slow down as soon as we run into something.
Yeah, I guess hitting something would in fact slow you down.
Jeez, man. OSHA would have a field day with this crew. What is this guy's problem anyway? Every scene we see these two in, Dizzy is always trying to piss all over Nuts, or in this case, get him killed. Well, anyway, that's another merit badge.
5, 4, 3. Oh, hi, kiddo. You know what? If you do well, one of these days I'll let you push the plunger and set off an explosion.
Oh, trust me, ma'am. I know how to use a plunger and cause an explosion.
But right now, you're here to try the wrecking ball. You have to see this baby in action. Don't you wish you had one of those babies on the playground?
Hell yeah, I do. I'd level my neighbor's house just for easier access to the local liquor store. How awesome would that be to look out your window to see Half-Bit on the hood of a wrecking ball vehicle with 4 merit badges in one hand and a bottle of whiskey in the other?
Follow me, my retro brothers, to freedom! I'm on a wrecking ball, motherfucker! Ow!
With the wrecking ball, you can go bowling, and it's actually pretty smooth. Most of the time with FMV games, you find that timing is more a matter of luck. With kids on site, everything is really precise and smooth. Even on the box, it boasts that it has instant interactive response, which is totally the truth. I can interrupt any sequence, and the video starts right away without any hiccups. I'm honestly impressed. Being that it's a Tom Zito game, it pains me to admit this, but this is by far the best fully interactive FMV game I've ever played for this reason alone.
Please go away. I'm having my quiet time.
Would you trust someone named Nuts in a tiny room alone having his quiet time? I can only imagine he's in there sitting on his own feces as he touches himself while reading Construction Weekly magazines.
Yes, do it! Go for it! Go for it!
Again, everyone is just cheering me on to take this guy out. Why does everyone hate this guy, and does this crew ever do anything? These guys are literally living up to the stereotype most people have of construction workers, where one guy does all the work and the rest just sit around watching. Okay, I guess that wasn't the building to level.
Whoa! Who hit my toilet with a wrecking ball?
What? There was no toilet in there. So what was he doing with his pants down?
Touching his plunger!
Well, the only building, if you can call it that, that's left is this electrical box. You're telling me I need to level this and you still left the power on? What the hell, man? Was putting a light socket on screen and letting the player control a fork a little too subtle? What the f***? I just decapitated a guy!
Ugh, this is a weird game. Was the idea to teach kids everything wrong you can do on a construction site? Who knows, maybe it was supposed to be a deterrent. See, when I was a kid, every kid I knew had at least one Tonka truck. So back then it was kind of a fascination. I guess it's better than today's fads. Today's fads for boys are being able to fit into your sister's jeans, pair every video on YouTube with a song from Linkin Park, and cell phones. Oh my god, man. Life sucks.
One more to go, and I'd say it's the most entertaining of them all, the Steamroller. Here you get to make coffee slushies. Yeah, I said that out loud.
Coffee slushy, yeah.
Oh.
Man, these guys are goofy. It's like every line of dialogue that comes out of their mouth is basically the equivalent of,
When I eat food, poop comes out of my butt.
You'll also make fruit juice out of just about every fruit these morons could grab, including other odd objects that belong to Nuts. You even, and I'm not kidding, run over Nuts' underwear.
Okay, we have to stop for a minute because there's a lot to breathe in. So let's recap everything we know about the game. It was made for and involves kids. It also involves a guy who likes his quiet time alone named Nuts, a guy with no pants, underwear flattening, a crew so stupid they couldn't get work from a mom and pop staffing service, improper use of machinery, extreme OSHA violations, encouraged fatalities, and of course this all takes place on a construction site which naturally has harsh chemicals as well as things like asbestos, lead, and toxic dumps. It's for kids, baby!
For the finale, you literally run over nuts, and yes, you're encouraged to do so. Jeez. Seriously, what did this guy do to everyone? Sleep with the boss's, husband? It actually gets worse. After you've obtained all 4 merit badges, your end reward is to set off explosives in the building they know Nuts is already in.
I can't help but feel they go too far with this game when it was made for kids. On the back of the box, it says Comic Mischief. I guess you could call it that if your definition of comic mischief is straight up murder.
Even though I find this game strange and questionable, I have to ask myself, am I the right age to even get this game? I have to remind myself that I'm in my 30s. Ah, yes, that age where we've had enough experience to be jaded, and when we fart, we pee a little. So is my perspective really fair at this point? To do this game actual justice, I need the perspective of a child playing this, so I had my son have at it. Kids on site had him laughing incredibly hard the entire playthrough. It's been a while since I heard this much laughter from him, so it seems regardless of how I feel about the game, Tom Zito did manage to tap into a child's psyche. I don't know if it's just too much time has passed for me to remember what it's like to be a 5-year-old playing this or what. When I was about my son's age, I was playing Atari 2600. We didn't have FMV games like this. So in hindsight, it's kind of impossible for me to know if I would have liked it or not. Then again, I loved He-Man.
And still do.
Tom Zito and Digital Pictures did a pretty decent job this time, which is shocking. So for that, I'm gonna have to tip my hat off to them for their efforts.
Only one problem. You marketed a kids-only game on a system that spent millions of dollars marketing its hardware to an older, edgier crowd. This would have fared better on the Super Nintendo, and the problem there is that it wouldn't have been able to handle a full-motion video. So in conclusion, Mr. Tom Zito, you're still an idiot. You.
What did you think, half kiddo?
Actually, I thought it wasn't bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, kind of a fun title for the kids.
Oh.
Didn't go according to plan, did it?
Well, you know what they say, half twat. It's better to have loved and lost than to have never loved a f***ing hairy ape.
What does that even mean?
It means you're an asshole. And I have one final package for you, half-bit. You want revenge for your Super Nintendo? You're gonna have to earn it.
When I find you, I'm gonna make gravy out of your balls.
Check your doorstep, half-nut. It's time to make my video.